Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the course of Computer Networks for third year 6th semester. I'm Neha Sharma, Assistant Professor at Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Engineering College, Jhalawad. So today we are going to discuss about the router. So the basic structure of your router, it consists of four components. The first one is your input ports, as you can see here. The second one is your switching fabrics, this switching network, and third one is your output ports, as you can see here, and the fourth one is your routing processor. We will study about these four components now. The first one we are going to talk about input ports. So this is the block diagram of what is there in this input port. First one is your line termination. Second one is your link layer protocol from the receiving, and your lookup forwarding queuing lookup table, and then it is this input, this whole box is your input ports, and it is going to the switch fabric. So the physical layer function of terminating an incoming physical link at a router. So the link layer functions needed to interoperate with the link layer at the other side of the incoming link. The forwarding table is consulted to determine the router output port to which an arriving packet will be forwarded via the switching fabric. So basically, it is uh, first terminating the physical link at the router, and it is applying this link layer protocol, and it will queue up if it is required, and then uh, giving the packet to your switching fabric. Second component is your switching fabric. So switching fabric is, it connects the router's input port to its output port. It is completely contained within the router, a network inside of a network router, and it's another component is your switching rate. So it is a rate at which packets can be transferred from your input to outputs. The switching rate will tell like which one of the switching fabric we should go for. Also measured as multiple of input output line rates. So according to these, they are of three types. The first one is your memory type switching fabric, where you use a memory in between as an interface between your input and output for the connection basically. The second one is your bus, where you use a bus, and the third one is your crossbar type of connection for your input and output ports. And all these three have their own advantages, and these are specified on the basis of your switching rate and the input output line rate. Next is your output port. So it buffers packets received from the switching fabric and transmit these packets on the outgoing link. All right. So the packets can be lost due to congestions and the lack of buffers. So when a link is bidirectional, an output port will typically be paired with the input port for that link on the same line card. So you can see here the packets are coming from your switch fabric, and it is queuing, like if it is required to queue if there is a like waiting line, and then we have data link processing protocol and decapsulation, and then finally the line termination. The last one is your routing processor. The routing processor executes the routing protocols. It maintains the routing tables and attached link state information, and computes the forwarding table for the router. It also performs the network management functions. Basically, it actually manages the input, means the switching fabric is doing its work properly or not, like it is taking the packets from an input port and giving it back to the output port. It manages this this whole thing. So that's all for today. Thank you.